So coin flipping has been a staple of Pokemon Pocket ever since it came out. So it's time for a custom tournament based on that. The rules are simple. Build a deck with a minimum of 8 Pokemon cards that cause a coin flip. This can be anything ranging from flipping a coin as part of your attack, cause an effect or status that makes your opponent, or even you, flip a coin after the turn, or even just an ability that activates a coin flip. Now for the small print though. The highest stage of each evolution line you bring must cause a flip. So you could bring a Dart Trick Start flip, but not Decidueye. Any pre-evolutions that don't cause a flip cannot take a point, otherwise it's a match loss. And finally, all Pokemon must be playable, so you can't just make a meta deck and pad it out with other flippy cards to meet the 8 requirement. Speaking of which, the other restrictions are Guzzlord is actually banned for the tourney, and Will's restricted to 1 card per deck. Otherwise, let's get into it. So for this tournament, there are a fair few deck builds to test. The obvious first one was Bastiodon, highlighted by his involvement in the last tournament. His defensive flipping was quite cool, but it's harder to get him out because of the fossil, and he did have quite a large card investment to play. There are some other steel options as well. There's like Nosepass and Origin Dialga, who will get to take advantage of Steel Apron and Adaman. And also a favourite of mine, Dugtrio EX, because he's got a potential to one-shot pretty much anything in the format with the coin flips. Other decks similar to Bastiodon, you could have Togekiss or Conkeldurr because they also have defensive flipping effects to outright reduce or remove damage. Fire decks too, featuring Moltres, were quite good because obviously it had the flip effect which caused energy generation, but also could attack without flipping, but it was still legal because he had a coin flip effect. Paired it up with Magmar because both Magmortars required a lot of energy, but they had coin flips as part of their attacks. Tried some water decks featuring Articuno with the Paralyze effect and Palkia with his double damage. Both were pretty good, and again both were highlighted back in the Middlemon. Also you can stick Misty in there, the classic flip effect card, but unfortunately she doesn't count for the 8 card limit. For a quick electric deck as well, there was Togedemaru. Obviously Sophocles could pair with him, so you've got up to 80 damage from 1 energy, pretty much first attack turn. And you could have Eevee with the unlimited damage flip coins, as well as Jolteon with the 4 flip attack to round it out. With the promo Haunter and like Mischievous cards, you could also run an all-ghost Psychic deck, which was definitely a fun chance to get Morty to come out. Didn't work as well as wanted it to, but hey. There were some dark decks too. One build had Spiritomb to confuse, Shreedle could poison, you had Crocodile to shuffle cards around, and also Toxicroak with his group beatdown attack. But finally I settled on a fighting, going with a sorted mix of cards. I went with this because some of the biggest struggles were bulky colourless Pokemon, other Pokemon who had 150, 160 HP range, or high attackers like Moltres who could flip coins and do like 120, 130 damage. So after browsing like the better cards I had, I went with Marowak EX because obviously 140 could take those high hits and still survive, and he could do up to 160 damage on coin flips or 180 for weakness. I only had one though, so I also went with Crustle because he's got a similar damage range, although he's got a lot higher energy requirements. Also stuck Lycanroc in there, mainly for the Rockruff to do a bit of deck thinning, and he did have energy removal, which would help, say, with Snorlaxes or Celebes. And also there was a Carbink, just for a bit of emergency survivability if it came to that. The deck does look funny set up. It's because I tried to cut down as many non-flip pre-Evos as I could to save space to get other cards in. But I did have to run 2 Cubones because Marowak was going to be like essentially the centerpiece of the deck. So I wanted to make sure I could get him played wherever I could. So it'll be interesting to see if this strategy pays off. Beginning the Flippy Flip tournament up against Incineroar. It was a very powerful deck in the practices. They even talked about banning Incineroar. I didn't really see the need because he's still like a stage 3 and he's still got all the downside. The fact that to run him, you've still got to use up 4 cards that aren't flip cards. There's no Howls, which is quite good because that's the one card that I'm always normally worried about. There is one Will. But anyway, let's see how it goes. Okay then, start with the Mankey. Not much one-hit KO potential here, unfortunately. What I got? Drop you for now. It's a Sabrina is a Mars, so I either lose my basics or lose my hand. Well, I don't lose them, but they are in trouble. Now the question is, do I go for the flip? The answer is yes, why not? Now the problem is if they go to flip and hit it, then I've got to go for another flip. But they didn't even to hit it now. Alright, so now I got to do the flip. Just like so. I'm waiting for Cubone. I'll drop Carbink anyway actually because he might need to stall. But I'm waiting for both Cubone and not Crustle, Dwebble. Aha, okay. I'm not expecting to get the attacks off with Rockruff. We'll just see what happens here, because I could use him to thin the deck a little bit. All depends if you retreat to Moltres or not. Red card, take one away. Probably not the best idea. So you haven't had any researches or Pokeballs yet. But the fact you haven't had any research or Pokeballs yet means that your hand is literally just either candies or Incineroars, or it was. So Sabrina's gone. Are you going to Moltres? No, Ponyta. Got the KO, nice. I guess you're trying to save both your Littens to get your Incineroars out. Yeah, Sabrina's gone, so my bench is safe, so I don't have to worry about a random Incineroar Super KO out of nowhere. This could come down to some coin flippy flips. Ideally, yeah, I want to get Dwebble so I can power up Crustle faster than he gets out Incineroar. Or I want to land some heads on this Moltres. Ah, but there's the Mars. There goes my Cyrus. That's my master plan out the way. Right, there's no world for me, so let's just see if I can get double heads. Or a single head. Now that works because I've got Cyrus, so I would be putting all my eggs in one basket if I was the Cyrus back in. Okay, I've still got an extra turn of not being KO'd yet. Just need a heads. Of course there's no heads. Getting dangerously close to Incineroar. 80 is the max it can do. There's no red. It's got to be coming. Right, I've got a 3 and 4 chance to win. But I had that last turn too. Gosh, I love flippy tournaments. Get ready for me to concede in anger in a minute. Phew. I wouldn't have conceded in anger, I would have conceded and been like, oh, I'm raging right now. It would have been fine. Funny though. The luck of the flip. Game 2. Ooh. Right, I'll lead Carbink to see how this plays out. Not well. Possibly not well. What's the chances of you having rare candy Incineroar in hand? I'm not sure, but I also don't want to take that risk. Also drop him, because Mars does exist. Alright, can I flip her heads? Absolutely. Do I want to try and flip her heads? Absolutely not. Well, it doesn't matter this turn. Incineroar is still a max 50 damage, so Carbink can survive it. I think I'll save the heads for a Mankey emergency. Or save it more for a Marowak emergency. Cool, Sabrina's gone. May as well. I've already put the energy on now. Drop you. See if I can flip a head or not. Yes. That gives me the perfect stall turn to get Marowak up and running. I was about to say, it doesn't mean I can get a chip on the Moltres, but unfortunately it does also mean I've lost my Cyrus. There's energy going. I really want to power up the Crustle. I really need a stall turn. I have to throw out the wheel now. Because he can't be Sabrina'd out. It doesn't really matter if Moltres starts trying to power up her energies, because they'd get powered up either way. Obviously, yeah, he had to retreat because Marowak's a danger. Right, I got lucky with the heads that time. Right, I think now I'm in the best non-flip position. Carbink attacks, Carbink goes down, Crustle comes out, Crustle survives a hit from anyone, Crustle does a hit, and then I have to rely on Marowak flips again. But then if Rapidash takes out Carbink... Let me think about this. Marowak goes out, second energy, hopefully gets the Rapidash KO. Incineroar comes out and hits me. I have to retreat to Crustle, put the fail engine on him. He can't take out Crustle. But if I try the Mankey flip... No. Let's think about this. I need the KO and Rapidash. If not... Because the plan is to sacrifice the Crustle to a KO, so I can't not go for it. You've already used Sabrina, so yeah, I'll take the hit, run away. Crustle takes a hit. Hold on to all you guys for a minute. Crustle hits you for Stone Edge, which leaves you on 80, which then leaves me needing a single Marowak again. How many cards you got? One card. So no matter what, I can't stop you getting Rapidash out. Because you could retreat to Rapidash, which would then leave me needing a double pointer. Oh no, because then your Rapidash is gambling. If you retreat to Rapidash, it's a 50-50 gamble for you to get the Crustle, which leaves me with very bad odds of Marowak. If you stay in, you get the KO and Crustle, and then leaves me with good odds on Marowak. And retreating takes up 2 energy, unless you've still got your X speed. and they've used it. Crustle, the MVP, pulls it out here. I think that was probably the best gamble for him. It was a 50-50 at Crustle, then gave me crap odds. It would have been another 50-50, but we could have retreated to Moltres. It's better odds. Good games. I was worried about Incineroar, but I expect to be meeting him again in the top cuts, so I'll see him then.